In today's video, we are going to be going through and organising junk. I seem to have accumulated a lot of junk around my desk area today. I was going to go through it all, tidy it up and organise it, but I thought I would actually film a video and do that with you, go through, show you how I plan to use my junk, what I've collected, why I've held on to it, and how we can organise it to make sure it gets used properly and not just gets thrown in a basket and forgotten about, because put your hands up, who's good at that? I definitely am. So today is going to be a junky, chatty, organising one. So let's tackle this pile. I've got this one as well, and we'll go through and give it all a good sort out, so that at the end of this I should have a nice tidy desk again. So let's move everything over. I've got so many bits and pieces, but I'm excited to go through it all. I'm going to sit down at my desk and make myself cozy. Right, and I thought what I would do is go through and explain to you why I'm keeping it, what I'm going to use it for, because then if I can't answer those questions, it's not worth keeping. And actually, let me find my bin underneath my desk, and we'll throw away anything that I can't give a purpose for keeping. Right, the napkins are precious. Isn't that beautiful? I shared this in my last video. These were sent to me by Lauren, and this one I'm actually thinking about scanning in and using myself. So I'm going to pop these. I've got a few napkins from Lauren. I'm going to pop all those to one side. I have got some happy mail that people have sent me here as well, so those are really handy. Napkins, I kind of want somewhere for my napkins to go, actually, because I do really enjoy using those. This came out of a magazine, and I've used the top bit, as you can see. Oh, I quite like the map on. Actually, I would use that map. I was going to bin it, but actually I would use that. So I'm going to start getting out my organisation bits as well. I'll do that in a moment, actually, because this I'm going to pop to one side in like a medium scraps pile. I've just seen another napkin there from Lauren. The other thing I would like to talk to you about, I am going to be doing a Happy Mail swap this month in my Patreon community. We are going to be doing a box swap. So I might put some bits to one side as well, because basically the swap is to fill one of these boxes. These are what the lollipop boxes come in. They are the standard PIP, the PIP boxes here in the UK. And so we all will fill a box and we will send them to each other. So I will talk to you more about that in a bit, but I'm going to pop that to one side because I might actually start popping bits and pieces on there that I'm going to include in the swap. There's the napkin. I used some of that yesterday, so I will definitely be using more of that. This will go in my small scraps pile. I've got a bead that I'll just pop in the... I keep these little... Actually, that stamp doesn't belong in there. I keep these little... Oh, that's a gift tag from Louis. Actually, I'll keep that separately. These little like saucers next to my desk. These are so handy for bits and pieces to go in. Tags actually go somewhere else. This is something, this was what Louis put on his bottle of Prosecco to me for my birthday. And I have this separate box here. So anything like that will go in here, and then I can know where it is to use. So I've got bits and pieces that I've collected, hotels, things, bits that... I've got an old photograph there that I took of something. Just, that came off 2 pairs of socks I bought Aid. When I go anywhere and pick anything up, there's receipts, train tickets, all sorts. That all goes in there for my journaling. Let's get back to the pile. Let's move the stamp. These are washi samples that I think it was my lovely friend Kat that sent me these. These are also quite handy, and this might actually also give you ideas of what to include in Happy Mail as well. So for example, these have been given to me, so I will pop those on my medium-sized pile. I'm going to bin this tiny scrap. This was a gift bag that was also sent to me in Happy Mail, and I've already torn some and used that. I will pop that in my medium pile. That will go medium. This was some packaging that came off something I had, and I really liked that. I think that's going to go in my small pile. pop my small pile there. Tissue paper, definitely small pile, but that I will get rid of. I have kept this for the washi tape from a friend, and I do really like that. I'm going to keep that as well because I like adding bits of washi from things. So, but I will bin this. We have got, that is, oh, the car sticker that from English Heritage. That does not belong here. Oh, I've got some postcards that were sent to me in Happy Mail as well. I think I need a postcard box. I've got a little box for my tags. Now these are really good. It's just a tiny little box and clothing tags go in here. So like that, that's from Next. And then you just know when you always need a tag, came off something, you know exactly where to look. So whether they are actually off clothing, there's an old Roxy one, look how cool that one is, or whether it's just off a tag. This is obviously a proper bought tag from one from the kits. They all go in there, so these are all tags. I think organising is definitely the key to good junk journaling. I've been sent some stickers. Now again, this comes down to good organising. I've got my stickers folder. It's not as organised as it could be. I think this has actually fallen out, this one, but I am going to pop these in here so that they are tidied away. That was a little folder I made myself. This is a birthday card from Sweet Cat. I'll keep that with the postcards. And she just included a few bits and pieces. There's some letter paper, so I will put that with my medium pile. I'm going to throw the envelope away. I've got all my 50th birthday cards as well. She also included some book paper. Oh, European butterflies and moths. They can go in the medium. I loved this. Really, really loved this. Definitely medium. And I love the edging of that as well. Look at that Alice book paper. And some wrap that can go in the small, and I really love this as well, this gift wrap. I've actually got a much larger basket in my cupboard, so I'm going to pop this one to one side and that can go in there. These tiny diddy ones I am going to bin. This is obviously off the back of something that can go in the bin. Then we've got some smaller pieces. These are left over from kits actually. And it's when you start getting bits and pieces like this. I have so many bits of paper. Sometimes you don't need to keep everything. The stickers will, I'm going to create a sticker pile actually, rather than keep grabbing everything. But then this, I can imagine using this. I love that strip. These are from the kits as well. I will definitely keep that one. And these are all left over from the kits. Oh, I've got a little envelope here from the kits as well. I have actually got a separate little thing for envelopes. So I'll keep that separate, small, nice little bit of tissue paper, more kit papers. These are stickers. It's really relaxing actually going through things. That was actually a little note I made for myself and I hadn't binned. Yeah, I really recommend doing this. This is actually, as you can see, watercolours that I've played with, and I've kept it then for future projects. And the same with this. I don't know if you remember me using this. This will be so nice to use for layers. This will go in my larger box. We've got a piece of ribbon which can go in my ribbon jar. Just in case you haven't seen, I'll show you how I keep and organise all my coloured ribbons. So all of my ribbons and my buttons live on the windowsill and organised in these jars, all by colour. So helpful and a great way to organise. Let's pop that in the green one, and then they're always there. When you need a little piece of ribbon or a blue button, you know exactly where they are, and they are next door to my stickers. Right, on to the next one. We have got stickers. This was, I made these corners. I loved making these. and then I did them as a printable. I'm going to take them off. I stuck them down just so that I could turn them properly into a download. If you are in my Patreon community, these are available as a download. I am going to bin that piece, but keep these corners because they are so nice to use. I did an online class. No, or was this actually a video, I think, wasn't it? I think this was a video. I'll see if I can find it and find the link. But then I kept the downloads, those on Patreon. So if you're interested in my Patreon, I'll leave the link to that below. I am going to keep that. Stickers. What else? Oh, this was a receipt for a hotel that we stayed in, so I can go and pop that back in that basket that I showed you. I picked up this postcard. It was a free postcard in a coffee shop for people to be able to take. Isn't that lovely? I really like that. And actually, we are ready to start planning our shelves in our kitchen, and those colours are perfect. I'm going to pop that to one side. I've also got these. My friend Steph sent me this from Chattanooga, where she lives, and we visited and met her there. And I picked up this recently in the American Museum and Gardens near Bath, and we actually stayed in the Radio City apartments when we went to New York, so I picked that up. So I would actually kind of like to have some kind of display with postcards maybe in the kitchen. I don't know what yet. If you've got any ideas, please let me know. But these postcards really excite me. I really like them. I've got some wooden ones somewhere as well. I need to look those out. Right, bin. I will throw that away as well. This little piece of fabric, you may remember I recently, it fell off my peg bag that I've had forever. I like it though. It's going in there. We have got these bits. Oh, vision board journaling. Let's pop that to one side. This can go in the bin. This is all left over from previous kit. And then this is from a class where we made really fun tape, and I haven't used these. This is the problem. I make things, pop them to one side, and I forget I have things. You know what I need to do with this? Right. We are going to use an old credit card to wrap this around like that. This is a credit card that I've never actually used. I don't know why I have it, or whether it was a card that kind of came through the door, but I never activated. And I'm just going to wrap all this around here so that then I can actually use the tape one day, and that will go in my small basket. Definitely small basket. Got some odds and ends of stickers. I've got so many gift bags, paper bags. I've cut this one down, but I'm going to bin that one. And these are stamps that do not belong here. Let's go and put those straight where they belong now. We've got 3 of them. And these belong in here, right. Let's pop them away properly. We've got frames. That's also a frame. There. And leaves. There we go. That's one of my favourites. I love that one. I was just about to sit back at my desk and I saw this on the side. This was the birthday cake box that my mum bought me over on my birthday. When we had my birthday celebrations, Mum bought me a princess cake. And I just, nobody took a picture of the cake. I feel so bad. That's the problem when you're the photographer in the family. You end up with no photos when you don't take them. So on my birthday, I had a dress on. I didn't have any pockets. I didn't have my phone on me. So I have hardly any photos. But I ended up cutting this off the box the next day so that I could actually keep it, and I thought this would be quite nice to use as the journaling. I could put it from Mum to me and the little story behind it. So it's even got, oh, that's like jam, really hard jam. But I wanted to keep that, so actually this will go in the basket that I showed you before with all the sort of like bits and pieces I've collected. We've got some big bits. That's another one of those things there. Bin. I love this teeny weeny envelope. I had these made for some kits. That would be handy. Bin. Keep the doily. It feels wrong throwing a doily away, doesn't it? There's some more of that tape that I made for that online class, which I loved doing. and I will definitely use those again. That's one of my Patreon classes. These are so cute. Somebody sent me these. I love those. I'm going to put those in my Disney drawer. This is another area that I need to reorganize soon. It's become very overflowy and I worry that things will fall down the back. But this is where I keep all my Disney bits and pieces. I love this drawer so much, but yeah, it's become very full. And unfortunately, the IKEA drawers, once something falls behind, you have to actually remove the drawers with a screwdriver, I think. They're not easy to get out. Oh, this is cute. I have got a wooden tray in my drawer. Some stickers. I've got flair. I do have a pickle jar full of flair buttons. So that's how I organise those. They also live on my windowsill. Another postcard. I will keep those actually, they're quite handy. Some bits of kits I've used time and time again. I love to-do lists and planner pages. Oh, that one is a good one. I will definitely use those. These are larger. And you know, I didn't even realise when I took this out that there was a tray underneath when I moved it this morning. That can go in the bin. So we have definitely made progress. I've got an Easter card for my in-laws, which I really, really love, and I will definitely use that. So that is going to go, I think, on the postcard pile. I think we need postcards and greetings cards. Bin. Look at this. That is so fun from one of my kits. That can go on the small pieces pile. Layers, medium layers, bin. I've also got my birthday cards, which I wanted to go through. Oh, and I've got this in my pile as well. This is so cool that Lauren sent me. Wonders of Nature. This will make such a beautiful journal one day. I really, really love this. I've got a nice little pile of little golden books. These are all potential journals, so I'm going to add it to that one there. How that looks. Oh, let's move this forward. I love that quote. That was a postcard from a Cocoa Daisy kit years and years ago, and I popped it in a frame and I love it. Ready to go through this next pile. I've got paper that I will use. These are all papers. They can go in the larger one. Music paper. Look at that. That came off my nightshirt from Primark. I will pop that in my little tag basket, my little tag box. More birthday cards. I don't want to keep all the birthday cards. Right, let's go through them properly, I think, because you can't keep every single card that's ever sent to you. There's another postcard. Where did my postcard pile go? I can't remember. Oh, it's underneath. Right. I think I'm going to go through and decide what I'm keeping and what I'm not keeping. That came off a cocktail. We've got some stamps. Oh, these are bits that were sent to me as well that I love. So I'm going to pop those. Look how cool in my small box. And let's go through my cards. Anything handmade I always keep, and I can't cut up. This was my birthday card from Aid. It's my favourite ever photo of the both of us. I love that photo. It just makes me so smiley. I might actually just pop it up on my desk. I'm going to go through these. Like I said, handmade ones I will keep. Just go through. I think, see, that is so pretty. I would definitely use that on a card. I really, really like that. I like that one. This one is from my sister. I've already said I'm going to keep that. That one's too nice to do anything else with. I love that one. Let me know what you do with your greetings cards. Do you keep them all? Are you ruthless, or are you selective, like what I'm trying to be? And if you do keep them, please tell me how you use them. I think as far as journaling goes, that one is my favourite. Oh, it's from our friends Kelly and Dan. I love that one. It is so, so pretty. I like the idea of recreating it. I could imagine doing the flowers and then going over with a pen. I'm going to keep that one out for inspiration. I love that. Also going through these bits and pieces. I will keep that. Love this little bit of ribbon that's going in my small pile. We have got more stickers here that I've partially used. Bin. Have you seen in the kit, I popped in these little arrows. They are so handy. And they just peel off one at a time. Really love those. I'll definitely keep those. All these small bits can go in the bin. A few of these here now. And how do you use cocktail umbrellas? I have cut them down before and stuck on half. I'd love to know if you've used these in your journals as well. So love this card from our friend Georgia. Look how pretty that is. I can imagine one, framing it, two, recreating it, but also definitely using that in a journal as well. So I'm definitely going to keep this one. That's going on the keep pile to reuse. Here's some writing paper. I love this idea of just tearing out like planner pages or notebook pages to use in Happy Mail. So let's grab the Happy Mail box. I am not going to be sending that to somebody else. I want to keep it for me, but I'm going to keep it on there as a reminder for what I can send. In fact, I'm going to swap it over. I've got this one from Coco Daisy. Let's pop that there. This one is mine to keep. I will also pop on the music paper as well. This was a free booklet that we picked up in Disney. We went on a tour and I have actually already cut out some of the bits and pieces. And I will definitely, look at that for example, just using that. I will definitely use this a few times. I love the note paper. That is so cute. Even the pocket. I'm excited to use this. I used a circle punch to take the Mickey Mouse out there. I will definitely use this in my journal. I really, really like this one. I'm going to tidy away. Oh, I've got that other pile, haven't I, first? Let's go through this. Let's go through this as well. I'm not quite sure what I've got. This came through the door. Let's just open this up. I wanted to use the envelope at some stage. It's just rubbish mail. That's it. But it was the envelope that caught my eye. And I thought I could imagine using that. So I'm going to keep that. The rest can go in the bin. I have got the cutest bits and pieces from Romy that I'm going to put in my treasure drawer in my desk. I love the paper bag. That's going to go in my medium pile. And the envelope is so beautiful with loads and loads of bits and pieces in. Definitely keeping those. This is the kind of thing I want to recreate to send as Happy Mail in my box. So again, this gives me inspiration for what I can include. Even things like, look, little torn bits of paper. That is beautiful. It's inspirational, isn't it? I love that envelope. So a cute envelope I need to find and fill it with bits and pieces. Pig and Pepper. That's like Peppa Pig, isn't it? Love that. Got a birthday card, which I will keep. I love that dinosaur pin that's going on the side. And I will reuse the envelope in journaling as well. And look, I've even kept the paper. That is so, so pretty. I would definitely use that. I've kept here one of my old menus. I always have a menu each week in the kitchen. I've kept this one because, one, I might use the menu one day of just examples of the kind of thing we cook each week, but I also like it because the paper is so pretty. So that's going in my pile. This one I have kept because I will definitely use this card. That's from Aid's Auntie to me. This one, I'm going to bin that one. I think I'm being ruthless with this one. This one is a journal that I want to do a video about, so let's pop that one to one side. This one is from the English Heritage. I'm going to be ruthless. I'm not going to keep the whole book. I think I'm just going to tear out what I can imagine myself using. And it could even be actually that that I see some bits and pieces for my Happy Mail swap. I really like this actually. That's quite cool. I might actually include these. I think that it's that kind of thing that's just a little bit different. See that flower? I really like that. Just going to have a little look through to see, because there were some really pretty illustrations in here. And this is the type of thing when I am looking through something, I then decide if I want to keep it or not. And it does seem pointless, doesn't it, keeping the whole booklet. It is a book, actually, it's not even a booklet, let's face it. When you're only going to use a few pages and it's bulky and it takes up space. So let's be ruthless. It's a nice book though, saying that, just all the different places to visit. I have got another one like this though from last year, so I don't mind getting rid of this one. Where are the other illustrations? Can't find them. I'm sure there were some others. Here's one. I'm not so fussed with that one. Not so fussed with that one. Maybe I'll just stick with those for now. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it at those. I really love that one. I might do that on my Stonehenge page. And maybe this is what I was thinking about. Do you remember I had the, I don't know if I showed you this or if it was in the Zoom, the actual envelope it came in. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, it was in a video, I think, so I remember taking that out. And this as well. That is so lovely. So I think I might actually tear up this magazine as well. I will use that cover. And I saw something else, I think, in here as well. And I thought, oh yeah, I can imagine using that. Where is it? Quite like the poppies. This is quite cute. Oh, these are quite nice. These are good pieces for Happy Mail. Let's cut around this because I am going to include this in my Happy Mail swap as well. Isn't that cool? I like that. And let's do exactly the same here, and then if somebody else wants to cut it up, use it, or even send it off for another Happy Mail swap, they can. I like that. But hopefully as well this will give you some ideas of what to include in your swaps. We have got the maple. Did anyone here dance around the maple when they were at school? I did. Do people still do that in schools? Let me know. We were a typical little village school. Magic in May. So yeah, I'd love to know if anybody else did that when they were growing up. I think that might be it in this one. Yeah, and now I can be ruthless and bin this, and I'm just keeping that envelope because of what was written on it. Right, I'm going to clean up this desk because we have got some busy things. Right, the little charms that Romy sent me, I keep all the charms that or bits and pieces I want to turn into charms in this top drawer here for my journaling. This little tin storage box here, this is small bits and pieces, so I am going to put these in here because these are really handy when I'm junk journaling and I just want to reach for something small. I then reach for this. Actually, this came off some washi tape samples. That's going to go in my tray. Let's have a look to see what else I can include here. I'm going to include this. I've had this for years that I've created. That can go in my swaps pile as well. And let's include a heart doily. and I'm going to pop that in as well, that I created recently. It's sort of trying to make your swaps quite personal even. Something that nobody else is going to have. And you sort of you make them unique, don't you, by adding stamps and paints to things. I'm going to pop these bits in here as well. Like that. This just makes it so fun when you're wanting to create a journal page and you go through and you just don't know what you're going to find. There's an envelope in there as well, which was full of all the goodies. I think that's a nice place for that. I opened up this box and I'm just going to randomly pop in bits and pieces that I find that I think would be really good for the swap. I've just found this little clip there. I'm going to pop that in as well. And I just want to make up a box of goodies to send. Here's my box for larger items that I keep and use in my journals. Some of this actually might be nice to include in my happy mail. I am going to pop the napkins and greetings cards in here. And for my medium one, I am going to pop my postcards in here. I've decided that would be quite handy. This was my medium pile as well, so I'm going to pop those in there. My two boxes. I had a little box inside this one. There was a little organza bag with some flair, so they are going in there. I've added a tag, a Primark tag in the box, and I'm also going to include these bits as well. Tissue paper in the back of my cupboard as well. It was left over from a pack from Paper Chase I bought years ago, so I'm actually going to cut off a strip to put in my happy mail box as well. It's this shelf here where I keep all my goodies for junk journaling. Everything from old exercise books, books in general, old books, graph paper, these are little tags, and the junk we've just gone through, and larger books and tissue paper at the back. Have a little look through and see what I've got in here as well. See, oh, this is something I've had for years. I might take out a couple of sheets of there, and I've also got these from Simple Stories. I am going to have a look through. That one's fun. Just see what I can find. And then sometimes you find bits and pieces in amongst your things that you think, oh, that would be perfect. What's on this one? Important stuff. I didn't even know all this was in here. I've got quite a few of those. They can go in. These are so sweet. Oh, I like that one. That's so nice. Like I said, if you want to join in with the swap, I will leave the Patreon details below. It's everyone that's in a paid tier on Patreon will be able to join in. I love it when people send me envelopes with bits and pieces in. I've got these handmade envelopes that I had made for the kits, so I'm going to pop some bits and pieces in there. It's all old planner and to-do lists, so I'm going to go through because I love including these. This one is beautiful in my journal pages, so I'm sure somebody else is going to enjoy them in theirs. So let's find some fun bits and pieces. And actually I have a clip here. I've clipped the little envelope on there. I've got bits in here, bits in there. I've kind of put it all together. I've got some washi tape. I'm going to make this a really fun pack. This would be so precious in a journal, or even I would tear that and have it clipped somewhere on display. I really love that. Whilst going through the planner pages there, it made me think of my old diary, my planner from last year. It's 2024, but I've got things I haven't used, like an address and contacts. So I think that could go in there. I've got these stickers which I've never used. I'm going to pop those in there. Might even use some of the note paper as well. Look how pretty that is. And I just know how happy it's made me when somebody else has sent me. This is quite handy as well, something like this. I've got a dashboard. Oh my goodness, I love that. I might tear that one out for myself actually. I hope this video is inspiring you on what you can use in your pages. I'm going to be ruthless and take all this out because, to be honest, you don't even need to include the Christmas cards or the presents. You can actually use these as journaling papers. These are so handy. Do you know the amount of planners? I have one of these every year and I never use. Look, all these dashboards. I'm going to include that in there. That is so pretty. That's going to go in the pile. These pages, look, you've got a shopping list down the side. Why have I never used these? These are so handy. Actually, and on this side, things to do and important. Oh, we've got some different colour ones as well. But look, even if you don't want to use the lists here, you could use the pretty topping on the top. These weekly routines, and look at this one. This is so handy. I'm so pleased with the bits I've been able to find for this Happy Mail swap. Just found something that I made ages ago from 2012. It's a picture of us on the beach with the kids. A little glassine bag. That is so cute. No idea what this said before, but I really like that. This has been very helpful. I've also got the ribbon tied in the top, so I'm going to take the ribbon out and I will include that in my Happy Mail swap as well. This is basically the way to junk journal, isn't it? It really is. Just finding bits and pieces that one person would throw away, but to somebody else is just something so exciting. Let me know if you've found all these bits and pieces exciting too, and is this the kind of thing that you would be happy to receive in a Happy Mail box? Because I know I certainly would. Going through some boxes where I've got vintage bits and pieces. I found a really cute little sticker. I can't even remember where that came from, but I think I have just about finished my little Happy Mail packages now. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I want to go through some of my fabric junk bits and pieces. That's quite sweet that I am going to include in this Happy Mail. I love receiving fabric in mine, just bits and pieces, little trimmings. So I'm going to put together a few little bits and pieces from here as well, because things like this can be so fun to add, even if it's just like a little staple at the top of a page, like a tab top. Let's include that. Oh, we've got some lace. Let's include some lace. Where are my scissors? Oh, here next to me. I'll pop that in there. Pop that in, and I think I'm pretty much done with my little parcel now. I've got some good bits and pieces in here. And I always like to think that if I am really happy with it, then somebody else, I basically want to send something that if somebody were to send to me, I would be really happy. That's what I was trying to say. Let's include a little bit of this as well. So just a few little bits and pieces. I think my box is ready to go. I'm going to show you what I have found. I'm going to make the top all pretty. I have popped all the fabric in a little popcorn bag. I think actually let's pop that there. And the idea is to make your little parcels fun. To fill one of these little boxes and for it to be no more than 250 grams. I need to measure that. That feels quite heavy. But that is going to be my Happy Mail swap. I am so pleased with that. It was so fun going through all the bits and pieces, clearing up the junk on the table, on my desk. I have cleared a lot of that away, but going through and sorting out as well, like things like my planner. I've never thought to go through and pull out the pages of my planner. It's only because I've had a Happy Mail like that come through. Loved putting that box together, and I've actually just put another Happy Mail package together for another friend. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed doing that. But I urge you to go through all your bits and pieces, go through your junk, get organised. And how do you sort your junk out? I said also that I would actually read out some of the comments from Patreon. So I asked in Patreon, I said I was going to be doing this video, and does anyone have any hints or tips on how they organize their junk? So Anne-Marie says she loves using all sorted size bins, which is exactly what we've done here today in her trolley. So she's got them on her trolley. I keep my little small junk one there. Usually sorted by theme or material. If I'm working on a certain project, then I have a nice bin on my desk that has everything I know I'll be using on the next few pages. And she tries to keep it in eye view, otherwise she forgets. I totally know that feeling. And I think, Anne-Marie, you've got it right there. If you know, for example, you're doing a Disney page and you can pull out your boxes with your Disney bits in, it's so much easier. Michelle also says this. Try to keep like for like together. I like that one. That makes sense. I try and organize that way in my little drawers there, sort of like have leaves together, and I try and do it color coordinated as well. If it's specific for one project, then it all stays together, which makes sense. If it doesn't have a set path yet, then I like to keep things as like for like. Cardboard or bits of boxes together, book pages together, envelopes together, bits of ribbon, trim or fabric together. That makes sense. And I think that's it, isn't it? It's staying organized, keeping your bits together and knowing where things are. I think that's half the battle with creative people. We have a lot of stuff, but if you're organized and you know where your things are and you remember to use them, that's half the battle as well. Then you're on to a winner. But I think definitely trying to stay organized and going through things every now and then as well. Clearing out what you're not using. Gifting, like what we're doing here with this Happy Mail swap. But go through things like this little sticker. I've popped him in my saucer. I love having a saucer of bits and pieces on the side because I do grab for them. I do. I use them a lot and I find that really helpful. So I've topped those up a bit today, which has been really fun. But thank you very much for being here with me. I really hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope it's encouraged you to go through your bits and pieces that you've got as well. And just remember what you've got, go through what you've got, have an organise, because sometimes if you're not really in the mood for creating, but you've got that time, sometimes just going through your things can really spur you on and get those creative kind of feelings going and make you want to craft again. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week. Bye.